Doing a whole song.
Check your text messages in a few minutes.
What?
Check your text messages in a few minutes. I just sent you a prayer.
Because we just one prayer away.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I am Pastor Marty Peters, and I am the host of Real Talk. And she has become my co-host in the last 6 weeks, Brenda Grisham.
Hey,
Brenda, say hello to everybody.
hey, everybody.
All right. So we need you all to go ahead and like and share this. Come on, like and share, tag everybody on their pages. Let's get ready for the Real Talk podcast tonight. We got much to talk about. Y'all come on, like and share. Come on, share. Because we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about our press conference we have today. We're going to talk about Oakland. We're going to talk about some new stuff I've heard. We're going to give y'all some statistics, and we're going to flow. If you have any questions, come on and put them in the comment section, and we will see them. We will see them.
No, I won't.
You will.
I'll see him
Um,
on my page.
yeah.
Okay.
You should see everything I see because you've been tagged. It's on your page. Alex has already tagged. Put it on your page.
I see it now.
Okay. I have a great producer.
Hey, great producer.
She's a great producer. All right. Okay. So y'all, let's start right here. I put on my page, I think Monday of this week or Tuesday of this week, ever since Chief LaRon Armstrong was placed on administrative leave, and then 30 days later, he was then taken off of administrative leave and he was terminated. He was fired after he had been a police officer for 33 years in Oakland, California, the city where he was born and raised in, baptized, went to church, went to school, high school, elementary school, middle school, junior high, that's what it was called when we were coming up. And y'all's mayor, I'm not going to say y'all's mayor. I'm going to say the last 3 mayors have only won by ranked choice voting. They were not the popular votes. Not 3 of them. Not Jane Kwan, not Libby Shab, and definitely not Chantal. Definitely not her. She talks about LaRon credibility. How about yours?
But she highly respects him, though. Remember that.
How the hell are you going to highly respect somebody and fire them out the same mouth? That's like blessings and cursings coming out the same mouth. That's biblical. So if y'all want to go biblical with someone, I can't stand that ranked choice voting. It makes me sick because people get in office that nobody didn't vote for. They get in office because we have to decide a vote for them. That's how they get in office only. So, yeah. So there has been a murder almost every single day in the last 30 days. It wasn't about it's been about 45 days now, right, Brenda?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about 45, 46 days, somewhere around in there. There was a shootout right across from Brenda's job in broad daylight. They called police. No police showed up. Yeah. We're 400 police officers short of 1,100. We need 911 dispatchers. Let me say something else, too, about y'all, about calling 911. When you call 911, it scrambled you all. And so your call can end up in Sacramento. It can end up in Bakersfield. It can end up in Vacaville, Vallejo, San Jose, Stockton. It can end up anywhere, whichever tower can grab your signal and answer your call. That's where the call goes. If you want police to show up immediately, you're supposed to use a landline. Brenda, you guys use the landline and cell phones too, and they still didn't show up, right?
Yeah, they use no, I think they only use cell phones because he showed me his cell phone footage. How many times he called 911.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so since I'm from Oakland, born and raised, public safety should be our first concern.
Exactly.
Public safety should be the first concern when it comes to the streets of Oakland. It seemed like to me when they start making corrections of the 52 things that the oversighter saw that the Oakland Police Department was doing wrong or incorrect or whichever verbiage you would like to use, it's the chief that gets fired. 6 police chiefs in 6 years, 12 police chiefs in the last 15 years. The doggone Oakland, I'm going to say it, I was going to say it today. The doggone Oakland Police Department has been corrupt. We've had an oversighter for 20 years. The Oakland Police Department, doggone it, has been corrupt. And you think a man comes into office with the big job, the big chief, the big police, and can straighten everything out that has been wrong in the last 20 years in less than 2 years. And he was making stride. He had done 51 of the things. They were on 51. They were on number 51 out of the 52 things that the oversighter saw wrong. Come on, Brenda, jump in here. Help me.
Well, here was a question that I wanted to know. Does anybody have a list of the 52 things that need to be done?
Yeah, the same people that linked the confidential information about LaRon out too. I'm sure it's there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go look because I've always wanted to know what the 52 things were that needed to be fixed.
in 20 years.
And it took them 20 years to get there.
You mean to tell me it took 20 years to get to 51?
Mm-mm.
Because Warshire has been here. He has made $20 million off Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And you got potholes in every block.
And homeless
street, in every block. We have over 55 homeless people who are living in dangerous camps. And a lot of them get murdered and killed, and you don't even hear about them because the city has forgotten about those people. Their lives matter too.
That's right.
Their lives matter too. Mental health is real. We don't want to talk about mental health in the Black church. We don't want to talk about mental health in the Black community. It's real, and it's not going anywhere. Some people are out there because they can't afford to live in this high place. Instead of y'all spending $20 million in the last 20 years with Warshire, how about making an affordable home? Because the Bay Area is the most expensive place to live in the world. That's why so many, over 5,500 homeless people in Oakland. And y'all can't do nothing but throw away $100,000 a month to Warshire, who don't live here, who don't understand our culture, who don't understand our neighborhoods, who don't understand Blacks and Latinos. So I have a problem with that. And nobody see it. Y'all judges, y'all don't see anything wrong with that? If this ain't pimping and modern day slavery off the backs of the community, then what the heck do you call it? Come on, Brenda.
Well, the main thing we need was what is the mayor's vision for this city? The other day, we're not going to no potholes by May. Are we concerned about the potholes? Yeah, we could just still go ahead and sue the city, but there's more important things than potholes. And they fix potholes every year. So that's not nothing really new. They fix them, cover them up with the gravel, that once the wear and tear goes away, the potholes come back. So that's not, that's not a plus, because that gets done anyway by every mayor. So what's the vision for the city? Because right now the city is split 60-40, and it's only 40 in her favor and the other 60 are not.
Correct. And then
we have public safety heads. The chief is gone. The chief of the Department of Violence Prevention is gone. The chair of the VPC is gone. So all of these public safety organizations are unmanned. That's not important.
We need to get to behind the truth of why they didn't want LaRon. Because Libby and LaRon didn't necessarily get along. They were not buddy-buddy. But right. Libby did not fire LaRon because she knew that the people of Oakland loved LaRon, and she knew she was going to have hell on her hand, just like this mayor. You can't tell me that this mayor sleeps good at night with all of the stuff we got to say about her.
Libby forgot to share that with Chantel. Don't mess with that one because it's going to be a problem. She didn't share that bit of information.
Yeah. She should have had some mentors. She should have said, since you highly respect LaRon, why you didn't sit LaRon down and talk to LaRon and like, hey, LaRon, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what they're trying to put on me. I'm trying to save your job. Let's holler at the police commission, because the police commission never got a chance to have any say so in this.
Right. And like they said, they were supposed to start the investigation. They were supposed to be the ones to start the investigation. They were on schedule to make a decision, so they were bypassed in the whole process. How does that work out? The process is the process.
Yeah. That's my auntie word. How's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's not working out. It's not working out for us, which is the most important piece to the puzzle. The people are suffering for, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care what y'all say, so I'm the boss.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of Black Lives Matter. Our lives don't matter in Oakland. Our voices don't matter in Oakland. We're good evening, everyone. Thank y'all for joining. Please like and share. Put it on your pages. Like and share. Invite people to watch. Our voices don't matter. Our voices don't matter. And then you have sneaky Black people politicians and people that run back and tell everything we're doing, support meetings and go back. It's some Judases in the camp.
That's everywhere. But
Yeah,
see, you never say nothing that can't be repeated.
exactly.
You can I never say nothing I cannot repeat to anybody. I mean what I say because I'm standing up for me. Number one, I can say what I want because I pay bills. I have businesses and I pay business taxes. I pay personal taxes. So you know I can tell me what I can say. I'm for my own family. And those that, look to me to speak for them. So what I say is what I say, period.
Alex, what happened?
Are you there? You're
I'm here.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous that it's like nobody is listening to our words. It's like we have more media people that show up than these people that's following behind the mayor, who knows the mayor is wrong but refuse to say anything.
But here's the thing. When's the last time we've stood up for anything?
I don't recall.
Okay, so now they're seeing a different side because this is what we should have been doing all along with issues that concern our people. And I'm just not talking about Black people. I'm talking about our communities. When I say our people, this is not a biased fight. It's for all of those who feel that, something needs to change. But when you say you're going to do something different with a new person, well, we're going to figure out A, B, and C. Well, why you didn't call him in and figure out A, B, and C? And then go from there. If he can't do A, B,
I highly respect him.
and I've known him for years.
And when I worked on city council, we worked together, and I highly respect him. But I just don't understand how it's oxymoronic. I just don't understand how you can you highly respect him in one moment, but he's not credible the next moment.
In the next
sentence.
That is early on. It's early on. You've been mayor for 2 months. It's early on. So when did the confidence come in? You ain't even had a chance to be confident in your own self. So how you gonna have confidence in somebody else?
Because he was already the chief of police before you came in. So when was the first time you sat down and talked to him?
You talked to him before because they did tours. You didn't see them on the roof taking tours and things of that.
Yeah, but it wasn't about his job.
No, it wasn't about his job.
The cameras for her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't about him losing his job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If I knew you was about to lose your job as close as we are, I'd have been like, Brenda, they trying to take your job. We got to fight for this.
They're trying to figure out now. Let's see what's going on.
Exactly. What's going on? Who you done pissed off? Who you done made mad? Because I know when people see us, community leaders and preachers and pastors and everybody probably like, why are they always in front of the camera? We're not chasing cameras. They show up when we call them. They show up to our events because our events are successful and people show up, and they show up in large numbers. What y'all saw today, you only saw a couple of people. You didn't see the room full of people. You didn't see all of us on one accord. You didn't see. Well, let's move right on to that. We had a press conference today, the Christopher Lavelle Jones Foundation. What is the other foundation? They're not alone. Their lives matter.
Their lives matter.
Their lives matter. And we had parents, men and women, who have lost their children to gun violence, who were assassinated and killed. And many of them were killed by straight bullets. Wasn't doing nothing wrong. My nephew wasn't doing nothing wrong. My nephew is Christopher Lavelle Jones. Christopher Lavelle Jones is Brenda Grisham's son and Pastor Lavelle Jones. He shielded and protected his niece because some Negroes were shooting at the house next door. And every time I see his niece, I be like, gave up his life so that you can live. Yeah. On their way to watch night service at 7th Avenue Baptist Church. On their way to church. Her granddaughter, her son and her daughter on their way to church, y'all, to watch the old year go out and the new year come in, and these Negroes can't shoot.
Definitely can't shoot.
Hit him and kills my nephew. He wasn't in no gangs. He was a musician, playing for several churches, playing for groups. Every time you see him, he's smiling with his long dreads. Marty, he's smiling. He glad to be on the musician. I remember when Brenda, I remember we started off playing the drums. His feet couldn't even hit the pedal. All he could do was hit the snare and the hi-hat.
Exactly.
And then he went from that to a bad drummer to a bad musician. And people are killing. Do y'all know people have died every single day since LeBron has been fired and put on administrative leave? People shooting people in the head. Do y'all know we've had like 7 shootings in the last 2 days? Do y'all know a pregnant young lady got shot? I think she's 7 months pregnant, got shot in the hospital. She's our friend's niece, and they're determined on if they're going to take her life, let her live, and the baby die, or let the baby live and take the mother's life. Can you imagine being a mother and you got to make that decision for your child? And we don't have, and public safety is not the main focus of Oakland. Nothing should be more important than being safe in the city that we live in.
Exactly.
Because we're tired of gun violence. We're tired of guns. We're tired of people putting guns in our communities, drugs in our community. We're tired of people, young folk, dying from doggone fentanyl. Would you young people quit using that doggone stuff? And I'm trying not to cuss right now. You young folk need to quit playing Russian roulette with your lives.
Yeah,
fentanyl will kill you. Embalming fluid will kill you. How do y'all want to dip weed in embalming fluid and then put what they inject in deceased people in your mouth and inhale it and smoke it? Y'all got to be out of your rotten cotton picking minds to do something like that. You're playing Russian roulette with your lives. Your parents love you. Your brothers and sisters love you. Even if you don't feel love. You don't have to get love from the streets. You don't have to get love from criminals. You don't have to try drugs. How about put a book in front of your face? How about go to a technical school or a trade school? How about go to an HBCU? How about go to a community college? How about go to a state school? How about go to a university and put something in your brain so you can have something to fall back on? If my church put me out tomorrow, I almost have a master's degree. I can get a job anywhere. Substitute teachers, they're paying $300 a day in Oakland. They're paying $275 in San Lorenzo and San Leandro. I can go substitute teach. They need black men and still make money every week. Would y'all, young people, please stay off the streets. When I go to my hood or I preach somebody's funeral from my doggone hood, Bishop, I'm trying to tell the truth. Sister Bass, I'm trying to tell the truth. I'm really trying to tell the truth. I promise you, I am telling the truth. I go to my hood and I'll be like, listen, y'all, when y'all gonna get off these streets and get y'all behinds in church? I really said a little harsher than that. And they'd be like, man, Marty, we love you, man. You our hood pastor. We love you, man. We love you, man. But you could be doing my funeral next. I'm like, no, Negro, I don't want to do your funeral next. I don't want you at my job. I don't want to plan our services because my hood, we only go about as far as Good Hope. We ain't going past Good Hope. We're gonna keep it in the deep east.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it in our neighborhood. And I usually preach all the guys' funerals in my neighborhood that I was born and raised in, and my parents and grandparents still live there right now. They're like, this just the life we choose, man. You can be doing my funeral next. I'm like, I don't want to do your funeral next. I want to keep talking to you like I'm talking to you now. This gun violence is ridiculous, and we won't stop. They got Negroes on the streets that take some ecstasy and kill you for $300.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bishop. It's ridiculous. Come on, Brenda, jump in. I'm not taking over. Although I'm a host, I ain't taking over.
Oh,
this is the only time I get the boss of you around.
Exactly. Well, I just spoke with Ceasefire last week, and we had a room full of young men. We didn't have any women this time, and one of the guys, he stood up and he wanted to do a testimony. And he let us know in the room. He said, "What y'all talking about is good and fine, but that's not gonna help us. It's outdated. It's people with degrees that can't get jobs. You want us to lay down what we're doing to get a job, and there's people already out there that can't get employment. Why would we do that? We could go and sit. We could count the crime and say, oh, that's gonna carry 3 years. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down for 3 years. Then I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna go do what I'm doing. So they don't see no direction. They don't feel that they have nothing out there. Even though they got parents, they don't care nothing about them. Some of them got jobs and go to school, but they feel the streets is their family, and that should never be.
It should never be. But they want fast money. Yep. And everybody sit there and taught them about short-term pleasure, long-term pain. Anybody talking to
them? Friends. Them their friends. And like I told them, I said, if you decide to change your life, if they your friends, they still gonna be your friends. And if they, they don't, then they was never your friends.
Right.
It was just for what you can do.
Quit looking for love in all the wrong places. That's like a woman in an abusive relationship. That man don't love you like that. That man wants to beat you and control you. And you need
signs up front.
You need to get the hell up out of there. If he got to beat you and black your eye out and shoot you in your head and throw you up under a doggone overpass and leave you on the streets to die, that is not love.
No,
that's not love. Some of y'all young girls, y'all be in the, hey, Nina, you need to, I wish you could come on with us too. I forgot to invite you, Nina. Nina, send me your email address. I'm gonna have my producer bring you on. Because your voice needs to be heard, Nina. 678-524-2749. I think I got your number. Brenda, you got her? Brenda, can you pass send an email to her and see if she come on?
Oh, you want me to send the link that you sent to her?
Yeah, forward to her. Forward it to her.
I put my glasses on to find it. That's what happened when you get old. When you get old.
Great press release, Miss Brenda. Thank you, Bishop. You're so supportive, man. We love you and we appreciate you. I work with Brenda on a daily basis. It's not a day go by. Maybe Sunday we don't talk, but it's definitely gonna be early Monday morning. Because Brenda got to do her church, I got to do my stuff. But we just trying to make our work. It's no way possible. We can have all these press releases. We can have all of these events, and then we just go quiet. Some of the last time people were outraged and marching for rights was what? George Floyd, Brenda?
Yeah.
And before that, it was Oscar Grant. And it seemed like our work is not being, in full support. But listen, it's working, you all. If you don't think the city council now are nervous because these big mouth people keep speaking up, well, then they haven't seen anything yet, because we refuse to die. We refuse to be quiet. We refuse to shut our mouths. We are not going anywhere. So you might as well get used to it, city council, mayor, y'all might as well get used to it, because we are not going anywhere. If it's just me and Brenda show up, then it's just gonna be me and Brenda show up.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
And that's not gonna happen, because people love the work that we do in the communities. Nobody trying to make a name for themselves. People already know who us, especially church people. And now citizens and non-people, the lay people know us. Bishop said, I'll be there too. Thank you, Bishop. We appreciate you, man. Absolutely. Because we are going up the wrong way. The doggone police department been corrupt for over 20 years in Oakland Police Department. They've been showing favoritism. They've been racist. They've been cutthroat. Go ahead, Brenda.
It don't matter who they get in there. They're still going to be who they are.
Exactly.
It's always going to be bad police. And whoever comes in next is not going to be able to change that. That's not a babysitting job where you sit everybody down in the corner and say, are you good? Are you bad? You want to work here? You don't want to work here? That's not going to happen. So it's always going to be them little parts that are going to be missed. And thinking that can change, if it's been like that for 20 years, it's going to stay like that for 20 more years. But what is that last thing that needs to be done?
Right. See, the oversight had been here for 20 years, but it's been corrupt over 20 years. It took
over 20 years
to get him in here.
Yeah.
We can go back to the rioters. We can go back to
all of that.
To whatever. But we do know for a major fact, and this is 100% accurate, great moves have come out of Oakland, California.
Yeah.
Great moves have come out of Oakland, California. And we are not, I'm still having internet problems. Well, we're going to be right here, Sister Hicks. It's been problems. It's been problems in the Oakland Police Department. It's problems in every church. It's problems in fraternities, sororities. It's problems in the Masons. It's problems in every auxiliaries and organizations we have. Right. Bishop say, forget about the potholes. You just got to know what street to go up. They on every street. You got to know how to cut the corner.
You got to know how to go sideways around it.
You got to know how to go around them.
Mm-hmm.
If you done ran in enough holes and ditches in Oakland, and then had to repair and had to give alignments and had to buy new tires, you know what streets to go up and what streets to stay off of.
Yeah, it was funny because when they mentioned it on the radio on KMEL, he said, "We got a message from the mayor." Then when they came back from commercial, they was like, "She's gonna have all of the potholes fixed by May." He said, "I think that's a diversion to take us from the real issues." I said, "If the radio people know what's going on."
I heard that on KBLX.
Yeah, it was on. They were on KMEL. You know, and this.
Yeah.
Come on, what's the brownie points you're trying to get? That's not a big enough brownie point that you need to be working for. You could just fix the holes and ain't gotta tell nobody. Fix the potholes. There don't have to be a whole press release about the potholes.
So, as the new ranked choice default mayor, yeah, that's how I said. I like how I said
that. We need to figure out how to get ranked choice voting just done away with, because it's people don't understand it. That's the biggest problem. They don't understand what it is and how it works, because they think they could go in there and put the same choice for 1, 2, and 3.
No,
so that's gonna get thrown in the garbage can, because you can't pick the same person for 1, 2, and 3. But then
there was 3,500 votes thrown in the garbage can.
Right. We had 10 candidates, so how come it was only 5 on the ballot? All 10 should have been on the ballot. All 10 should have been on the ballot because we had 10 people running. So how did only 5 there? Who decided that? Who picked that?
Well, first of all, it shouldn't be no doggone 10 people running for mayor anyway.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
It should only be about 5 people be allowed to run for mayor. Yeah. Speaking of that one, why we didn't hear about the Asian press conference?
What Asian press conference?
Bishop said, and now the Asians had their press conference. The one that I from
the one I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh,
with their orange coats on with their backs turned.
But see, that's not what we. It's not a tit for tat thing. Of course, people support her.
That's what it seemed very racist and the same tit for tat. Here's a group of people that support the mayor, and then they show us. Here's a group of people that don't support the mayor.
Right. So you heard what I said today. I said, it looks like this is gonna play out in the media. So I guess we just gonna have to play it out in the media. That's childish stuff.
Yeah.
That's childish. But if we have to do it that way, we're gonna have to do it that way. We finally got to a place where we are ready to stand up for what's right. So we need to continue. Like the man told me today, he said, Ms. Grisham, you got to be consistent. He said, you can't change leaders. You just got to be consistent. It will pay off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be consistent because these aren't frivolous issues. And like I said today, Chief Armstrong ain't my partner. He ain't my boy. He ain't my folks. He was the chief of police. And he always going to be chief. When I talk to him, hey, chief, or he'll say this chief, because that's who he is.
Right.
But whether he's down back or not, we're going to keep him before the public. You know, what same things that he supported, he probably will still support.
And see, at some point, the mayor refused to speak to us, but at some doggone point, she going to need us. You're going to need the black church. You're going to need the black community. You're going to need some community leaders to help you and follow you. And I'm not going to be one that's going to be there to help you and follow you. I'm going to be the thorn in your flesh. I'm going to be a messenger of Satan to buffet you. Bishop, you hear that?
Pick out.
Yeah.
She gonna pick out of her side. Was a
I'm gonna be that's 2 Corinthians 12. I'm gonna be the messenger of Satan to buffet you, to let you know you stepped out of line, you stepped out of place. We don't have respect for it, and you don't have no respect for it. You don't have no black friends?
Yeah, she got black friends.
Oh, okay. I was just, and
that's why she can't be racist, because she got 2 black friends.
How many she got?
You know that was a joke. I don't know.
I'm not racist. I know 2 black people. Well, that's what the Asian press conference was about. We didn't see no emails. We didn't see no Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter posts. We didn't see any of that. No Snapchat posts or anything. But when we had a press conference, we saw everything.
You saw 40 people in orange jackets and the back of their heads.
In the back of their heads.
Okay, y'all. I want y'all to come here. I want y'all to sit straight, and I don't want y'all to say nothing.
Was she there?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So they were speaking on her behalf, which was the Asian community, which makes it seem like it's racist. Okay, the black people are against her over here, so we need some people over here that's with her. That's to me what it felt like and what it seemed like.
Yeah, it's tit for tat.
I can be wrong.
Yeah,
and I'm 53 years old. I'll be 54 years old this year. I can say whatever I want to say, and I can back up whatever I say. I ain't afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of the mayor. I ain't afraid of nobody at City Hall. I'm afraid of Jesus Christ. I'm afraid of God. That's who I'm afraid of. I ain't afraid of none of these Negroes on the street. I don't keep up no mess. I'm the same person every time you see me. And if I'm saying it right now on Real Talk, it ain't like they can't pull this up. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, and it's on Instagram. So I'm not running for anything, and I'm not running from anything. That's what it seemed like to Martin Peters. That's what it seemed like to me, Marty Peters, whatever name you want to call me. No, that wasn't no press conference, and they didn't even go to City Hall.
Where were they? They didn't even get the location. Right.
You didn't know where they were?
No, where were they?
They was at some community center, some church in Chinatown somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I got that from a credible source that I will keep to remain anonymous. I'm not getting her in trouble.
So when I looked at the article about the press conference today, that piece was embedded in it. So it was the press conference, and then there was a little square with that event right in the middle, and then the rest of the words went around it. So here's the people that support, and here's the people that don't. Okay, yeah. I mean, who does that?
It seemed like that the media is trying to play us against each other, but the media could be right.
When you figure that out? What I say today? I meant everything that I said. Stop it. But let's be clear about what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I mean, the black populace would have a good say-so in picking a new chief if they would stop fighting for LaRon Armstrong. Who does that? That's kind of childish.
Why would we stop fighting for a man who did nothing wrong? Why would we stop fighting? See, y'all Asians stick together. Why blacks can't stick together? And then watch this, Brenda. If blacks don't stick together, then they start saying you can't work with black people because they're too divided. Mm-hmm. They split too much. So when we stick together and rally behind LaRon, we wrong. We making noise. If we would have stuck behind him, we would have still been wrong.
So the issue only LaRon, though. It's LaRon plus the fact that the community was in need of something and he provided it. The communities were in need of coming together, and that's what he did. That's not going to happen again. It's very hard. We haven't had a chief that made that effort because it's not in their job description. So this man went out of his job description to make the communities come together. I could go to one of their block parties and there's all races there, all races. Officers talking to everybody. games, food. What? When they start doing that? Oh, under his watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
No.
community,
No.
we
Oh,
things
they're
that.
gonna need it right there.
Huh?
No, they're gonna need it right there.
Yeah, I sent her the link. Did you get it on there? Oh, there she go. Hey, Nina.
Hey, Nina.
You in the car? We can't see you, girl.
Put your AirPods on, Nina.
I don't have AirPods.
Oh,
Okay.
we can.
Turn your light on in your car.
Can y'all see me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We see you. So we just having a dialogue. No one is discussing the 1,800 plus signatures from Oakland only residents, and it's not just Black signatures. When was the last time people stood up for a police chief? Right.
Never.
People are usually against the police department, but LaRon is so personable and loves his city and want to see his city being a city as a place where people wouldn't mind moving. People wouldn't mind coming to eat and dine. Do y'all know there are 40 new restaurants between Broadway and Telegraph?
Only 4?
But people don't like going down there because all you see is broken glass everywhere.
Yeah.
My fraternity brothers told me at Black Joy Sunday, they were out there breaking in people's cars. People was looking at people's cars to see what they can steal. It's a whole lot more to be dealing with, but that's still a part of public safety.
Yes.
We're fighting because we love LaRon. We're fighting because he's personable, as I was saying. He's relatable, and he was trying to bridge the gap that had been distorted and had been separated between the police department and the citizens.
Yes.
And he was very successful at it. And Joe Simmons said this at the rally on President's Day. Maybe there's a little jealousy because the chief of police is more popular than the mayor. We know LaRon, we don't know Chantal.
Right.
And this is not the way to get to know her either.
Not at all.
This not building any confidence in anything. We went to the town halls where she said what she was gonna do, how she was gonna do it, and she haven't even begun to work on anything that she said that she was gonna do. Well, that's what politicians do, but that head turned all the way around. Just the poker guys right now.
It's too much work to do in the city of Oakland instead of you looking for, a police chief.
Right.
You're gonna do a national search.
Mm-hmm.
It's standing on the side of a fire truck. Somebody posted a picture of her standing on a fire truck. And they was like, she ain't got nothing else to do. I said, I guess not. Guess not.
This fentanyl is taking over our Black communities. I can't tell you how many funerals we've done with people under 30 in the last year.
Right.
It's something wrong. And you talking about you highly respect LaRon, and in the same breath, he's not credible. Would you choose your doggone words, idiot? How you gonna give a compliment and an insult in the same breath? We're not stupid. I'm highly educated. We're not stupid. These citizens are not stupid. We see what you're doing.
Well, even the media see it as well. Everybody, when she just did her Channel 2 interview, he said, so what exactly did the chief do? And what was her answer? She didn't have one.
She didn't have an answer.
What the
monitor? She came in with an agenda. She came in with her own agenda.
Yeah.
So, and it didn't include nobody but whoever she chose to deal with. So we have to stand up as a community. We have to, just like we say, when it comes to the Warriors, it's strength in numbers. It's strength in numbers. People using COVID as a way out, but we have to have a presence. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're sitting back and allowing Oakland to be a reactive city. You know what I'm saying? We have never been reactive. We always been proactive, which means we get in front of stuff. We eliminate things from happening. You know, we pushed the line. That's what Oakland was known for. But now we taking a back seat, watching everybody else step up, and we cheering from behind, behind the curtain. So
Right.
that's like throwing a rock and hiding your hand as well. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If you're not gonna come out and stand for something, then you fall for anything. And
Exactly.
that's another thing that people are looking at when we're putting on these type of events and trying to speak up for our leaders, regardless of what color they is, because just because we the same color don't mean we the same kind. But at
Exactly.
the end of the day, we trying to prevent violence. We trying to have longevity for our young people. We trying to implement programs and strategy to have a safer community. So the community is gonna have to get up off their tail and buy in to what we're doing as well, because
Yep.
that's what's going to make the difference. You know, they used to us being vocal and standing for something, but at the end of the day, it's like, where's your bag up? You know what I'm saying? That's just like old school Royal Park fights. When
Mm-hmm.
you came to fight your opponent, you brought your whole turf.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So where's our bag up? Where's the people? Because we need the community to come and stand in the gap. Even if you don't know what to say, you know wrong is wrong. You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying? So the people have to start getting out of their comfort zone and really speak, because whether you live in Oakland or not, your grandmama's still here, your auntie here, your nephew's here. So you still have family here. And for us to take control of the culture, that we're fighting for, then we have to stand up. We have to stand up, and it has to be strength in numbers.
Nina, put a
Huh?
comma right there. Put a comma right there. We got time to come back. So check this out, you all. This is my 36-year preaching, August 3rd, and this is my 20th year as a senior pastor.
Mm-hmm.
When churches become vacant,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times people ask me, Marty, why don't you put your resume in at this church? And guess what I tell them, y'all? I'm not putting my resume in at the church because that church don't fit my culture.
That's right.
Just because the church becomes vacant and you are a preacher does not mean you fit the culture of that church.
That's right.
That's why they don't be there long.
Exactly. That's why they don't be there long, and that's why you end up fighting. I ain't had a fight in my church in 20 years, in
Right.
like 18 years.
That's right.
Because I don't go to Victory Baptist Church to fight with my people.
Right.
I go to love them, pray for them, teach them, train them, equip them, and pray for them and work with them.
Yes.
We don't fight off stupid stuff like that, because that is just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a police chief to come in here while you're doing your nationwide search, and you're going to put somebody in here that does not fit the culture. And here we go. Here we're going to go again, sisters, with back in the same place we're at right now. We're going to be on another chief in another year, somebody that left there, because you got somebody here that does not fit the culture of Oakland. LaRon Armstrong fits the culture of Oakland. But LaRon really probably got fired because he wasn't no yes boy.
That's exactly.
And they thought when they put him on administrative leave, I ain't cutting you off, sis. When they put him on administrative leave, they thought he was just going to be quiet. But when y'all start defaming his credibility and you start defaming his character, LaRon was like, hell to the no. I'm going to speak up because I ain't done that. That ain't right. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. This is what happened. Y'all accusing him of slapping a wrist and showing favoritism on Sergeant Chan for shooting his gun in the elevator, which they took that out of LaRon's hand.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing to do with that. So, Chantal, if you want to make that an excuse of why he got fired, you're wrong, because he had nothing to do with that. Why he didn't get fired?
Right. Why
LaRon got to get fired? For covering up for an Asian?
Right.
And I'm not being racist right here.
There was no cover up. They haven't said exactly what the cover up was. because the downgrade of the charges didn't come from him. They came from the IA administrator. So what did he cover up?
Mm-hmm. This is our
question.
This is our test. This is a test for us.
See how long we gonna fight?
Yeah, because this is LeRon is just a tool that they're using. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is a power move and it's a takeover. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to be intentional about being present on this subject, because it had everything to do with the city of Oakland.
That's right.
If we sit back and we don't stand on this, then the next thing you know, they're going to have bulldozers removing people out of the communities that they already want. We're talking about regentrification. This is what this is all about.
Exactly.
So they want to know how much power do we have as a community to fight against their next move. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is.
Yeah, and they wasn't expecting the pushback they're getting.
Right, right.
This is an unexpected thing.
Yeah, they want us to fall up under the act and just go somewhere and move to Antioch and Stockton and and just get up out of Oakland so they could have a clean slate. But it's not finna happen.
Black people, let us tell you, if you move out of Oakland, you ain't gonna never be able to come back here. So that's might as well fight. You might as well work. You might as well work hard to stay in Oakland where we live, work, and worship. Nobody that moves out can come back here and afford it. Y'all, in Oakland, there's $4,000 apartments for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartments. Who can afford that?
With an old bathroom.
Right. It takes about $96,000 a year to live in Oakland, which the average family only lives off of $29,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bigger than what they doing to LeRon.
Bigger than what they doing.
And that's what we need to understand, because we still have Black business owners here. You know what I'm saying? We have Black churches that are really effective in a community.
All of this.
So those are the things that we have to stand for, because once we start losing that, then what do we have to come back to? Yeah. We already ain't welcome in these other cities that we done tried to move to, so we have to stand. We have to stand on this, and we really have to be vocal about them trying. It's a takeover.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a takeover, and that's all it is. So we have to see it for what it is.
Yeah.
And take it back over.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and y'all, come on, let's just be straight up honest. Y'all know I keep it real. I ain't nothing fake about me. I keep it real. If I say it on here, I'll say it in the pulpit. I'll say it wherever. And that is, y'all, Chantal just tried to tell us, I ain't got to listen to y'all. I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
She just tried to tell us that. That's what she said.
That's what she said. I ain't got to listen to y'all. I don't care about those.
She serves at the pleasure of the mayor, and the mayor forgot she serves at the pleasure of the community, because we vote. Well, somebody voted her in. I'm not going to say we. She was voted in.
Or if somebody didn't vote in, somebody didn't vote. Mm-hmm. We can say that too.
You're supposed to listen to the community, not who you pick to be the community you're going to listen to. You got to take all sides into account. You want us to have confidence in you? Then you have to do something to show us that we can be confident that you have the best interest of our city, who just came out of COVID, who have people that are going to get evicted when the moratorium is over because they wasn't paying attention and taking care of the money that they was getting with these programs. So they're going to be homeless. You're already going to come into problems, but you're creating problems, and you ain't going to be able to fix them other problems. They just going to pile up and pile up and pile up.
So y'all, the question becomes now is, Bishop, watch this. The question becomes now is, who the heck is in her ear and telling her what to do? Because you had to meet with some people before when they knew you was going to become mayor. You had to have sat down with some people for them to make you make this decision.
Right. You
ain't just thought on this on your own. Let's be real, Chantal. You ain't just thought about this on your own. This is some stuff that went on behind closed doors that none of us was invited to the table. Yeah. See, we're never invited to the table when they want to make some major decisions. Never invited to the table. We're never invited to the table when you want to make some crazy decisions like that. We ain't never invited to the table. You mean to tell me if the citizens of Oakland knew you was about to fire LaRon Armstrong, the community probably would have burned this city up. Because that's how much the town loves the town. And I want y'all people in the media and y'all people in city council to quit telling us we can't stand up from people that's from our own city and that grew up with us. Why we can't? Asians stick with Asians. Jews stick with Jews. Muslims sticks with Muslims. AMEs stick with the AMEs. Most Baptists stick with Baptists.
And the Catholic
ain't going against nothing that didn't come from the Vatican. The Catholics stick with the Vatican. So why the heck you gonna tell us we can't stand up for LaRon because he's from Oakland and he's black? So that has a lot of the reason doing what we do. But how about crime has gone down with less than 600, with less than 700 officers? How about there's been no police shootings in 2 years from Oakland?
Right.
The police shooting that took place in my hood the other day, week before last, on 102nd, 103rd, 104th, wherever it was in my hood, LaRon was fired. He was not the police chief. It didn't even happen when he was on administrative leave. That got to say something about his leadership.
Right.
When he can get the community to come together and work together, that got to say something about his leadership. When he can pull pastors and preachers together, and when he can form a chaplaincy to go and pray with people. Listen, when he can get up out of his bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, when he can leave vacation and come off vacation to come be with families that have lost their loved ones, that shows he loves his job. That shows he loves his city. So why the city can't have his back? Why the town can't have his back while he's going through a hardship? And you're going to fire him in Black History Month, you evil so-and-so.
Right.
I was nice right there, y'all. I was nice.
You were real nice right there.
I was real nice because both of y'all know I will go on a tantrum and I don't care.
That was the Holy Ghost.
He will keep you.
Pastor.
So there was no cover up. The narrative is being controlled by them. Are you guys aware that they are recommending? They're recommending transferring 20 miles from the police budget
20
to
million.
a 20 million from a social program that Tao is backing. They couldn't get the money when Libby was in office, and she sided with the chief. She sided with the chief. Follow the money, y'all. I love you too. I love y'all too. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, they want to move 20 million from the police, but from the police department to some transportation, some shenanigans.
Yeah, the Department of Transportation. So check this out. So if you move $20 million from the police department, we will never reach 400 police officers, what we're supposed to have for our city capacity.
Well, they don't feel like they're going to need it because most of us going to run up out of Oakland.
And that's what they want.
And that's what they want.
LaPrice going to let them all out on the street.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So that's why I say it's going to take the community to stand. It's going to take the community. We have to stand together on this. If not, they're going to have their way.
There's a lot going on.
But that's why we keep standing.
Yeah.
People keep asking us, what's next?
Yeah.
Keep being in their face.
Right.
Let our voices be heard. Keep giving them hell. I'm going to give them hell every time I see them. Even if I see them in the restaurant in public. I'm going to make them feel uncomfortable because I don't care. I ain't running for nothing, and I'm not running from nothing. I've had the same cell phone number for the last 28 years. That lets you know I ain't high and I ain't running from nobody, and I ain't running from nothing. And my voice going to be heard whether you want to hear it or not. That's why we have social media. That's why I have this podcast. That's why we come on live for 3 years now. When the pandemic started, I started doing this.
Yeah.
And we get in the pandemic. We're in March now. We've been in the pandemic for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Since the second week in March, which I think this week makes 3 years that we've been in a pandemic. We're still in a pandemic. COVID ain't going nowhere. It's people still getting COVID. COVID ain't going nowhere.
Brenda said she had COVID 5 times. I said 5 times, girl.
And I've never had it.
I'm not getting
work.
I've never had it, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta stay consistent. We really have to stay consistent because at this point is not. We have to get him rehired. He's been fired, so we have to get him rehired, whether they overturn what she said or however it needs to be done. And it's a way that it can be done. We just got to figure it out. We're going to keep on until somebody hands it to us and say, this is how you do A, B, and C. This is not a war. We ain't trying to make no enemies, but it's about time that we stand up for our people.
But Brenda, whenever you stand up for right, you're going to create enemies.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Do you think people like us for what we're out there doing? Do you think people like you? Nina, do you think everybody like you? I know nobody don't like me. But I don't care. You don't pay my bills. You don't wake me up in the morning. You don't buy my clothes. I don't work for you. I can give a care if you don't like me. Go sit somewhere.
The thing is, this is where we have to stand on biblical principles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't no different than any warfare we ever been in.
Exactly.
This is a spiritual battle.
Exactly.
Everybody say the church has lost their position during the pandemic.
Right.
So this is another way of God is calling his people back to their rightful place.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, if my people who are called by my name, you know what I'm saying? So we have to apply scripture to this, even though y'all could call it politics or whatever the world call it, but this is spiritual warfare. And in order for us to win this fight, we're going to have to use biblical principles.
Yeah. I called my pastor. I said, pray for me now because I'm going before the people now. He said, I'm going to do that. We do that behind closed doors. We know what we need in order to do what we have to do.
And our voices are being heard. Our voices are being heard. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work because there's too many forces against us, but we can't look at that and just see that the people that are in the fight with us are in the fight with us. And just, we got people in the fight with us. They might not want to be on the camera. They sit to the side, but they're there.
As we're praying in agreement.
Yeah.
The Bible say where 2 or 3 are touching and agree.
Yeah. Well, how many people you got coming?
You got coming? But you have to be a participant.
Yeah.
So however you participating, then we just need, this is all hands on deck. So if you're a prayer warrior, we need you praying. If you're a faster, we need you fasting. Yeah. If you're a Bible scholar, we need you quoting scripture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your position is in the kingdom, then we need you to work that thing because that's the only thing that's going to turn this around because this is a faith walk. At every level of faith is a different test. You know what I'm saying? And it's not ever easy. Right. You know what I'm saying? When we doing something for God to change the narrative of how people see God, then this is God on display. This is Jesus on display. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is warfare.
Right.
And everybody got a part.
Violence by force.
And we really are talking to you Oaklanders. We really are talking. If you don't have to be from the town. I mean, we want everybody praying for us, but we're really speaking. If you can't show up, if you can't physically show up, it's gonna always be live on our pages. It's gonna always be media coverage there. At least pray for our endeavors. The front line. What was it doing the COVID? I can't stay home because I'm a healthcare worker. You can't come. You can be a healthcare prayer. You can be a prayer warrior for us out there. And the crazy thing is, y'all, guess what I'm preaching tomorrow?
What?
The church don't pray like they used to pray from Acts chapter 12, verses 1 through 24.
That's right. That's right.
I start my new series tomorrow. The church don't pray. When Peter was in jail, they all united. They came to the house and they prayed. They had one thing on their mind, and that was getting their pastor out of jail.
That's right.
And you start off, in our closing segment, Bishop, quit messing with me. You in our last segment, our last leg of this podcast, we're talking about praying. If we come together and pray, y'all pray for us as we go out. We're doing this because we're trying to make Oakland a better and safer place. Do y'all know in a few minutes it ain't gonna be no churches in Oakland because they gonna push us out?
Because they don't feel they're effective. They don't feel they're needed. They don't feel that people are really, putting the church where it was. When I was younger, my mama didn't play that. You getting up, your clothes is going to be ready on Saturday. We getting in the car at 8:35 because church start at 9:02, and you going to be unlocked. My mama unlocked the church door, okay? Unlock the church door.
The people have developed a spirit of compromise. So instead of pushing the word out, then they pushing their personality and their agenda. We have to get back to the word because that's what brings transformation. So we have to get back to utilizing the word of God because that's where change. We condemning the people, but we're not allowing God convict people. So we just got to get back to the basics of the foundation.
Well, they too comfortable. They got real comfortable during COVID.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to shift back to that word. It's that solid foundation. People need structure in their life. I come from the streets. I ain't finna serve under no punk pastor. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give it to me raw and uncut. If you compromise, then I can't deal with you. Right. And that's what we need in this season. We need that real, raw, uncut word that's going to make you pull your wig off. And look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm out of line. I'm out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. Go back to the old school. Our grandmothers ain't never had no challenges like we had because they stood on prayer and principles.
Absolutely.
We standing on everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're trying to make the church obsolete.
Yes.
They're trying to, people hide behind watching live stream, don't want to go to church no more, and they ain't doing nothing. But what do you do? I know that's what the world has said, but what do you do with Hebrews 12? What do you do with Hebrews 12:25? Forsaking not the assembly of our gathering.
Hello.
And how could you hear without a preacher?
17.
The church ain't the building, it's the people now. That's what they say now.
Yeah, but that's it. We still develop discipleships within the walls.
You got to
turn your spirit with you on
Zoom. Exactly. Yeah. So
God could show me some stuff, but for me, I got to be in the atmosphere of the saints. I don't know you finna get off Zoom and commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? We need to set atmosphere where people where they feel comfortable coming in. The church to stop pushing people out because they don't want to be pushed past their comfort zone. Some of these pastors need a new testimony. They need a new experience.
Saying the same thing for 25.
Because the world is shifting. That means we got to go deeper and we got to go higher.
Well, Paul says, I become all things to all men that I may men.
That's right. That's right.
So how do you expect your church to grow and you keep doing the same thing over?
Right. Come on now.
You expect to get better doing anything if you continue to do it the same way. Sometimes to get something you never had, you got to go at it a way you've never gone after it.
Yeah, and you got to be seeking those different ways.
And you got to be open to those people who's coming in them doors that don't look like you.
Yeah.
That makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because those people have experienced God in their sinful life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming to the church don't mean they don't know God. They might not know scripture. but they know God. So we trying to get into ministries where we could be effective and get equipped to be out here fighting these fights.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I gotta come in church fighting your personality, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a problem for me.
That's right. Because you didn't come there for that.
Yeah, I ain't come there for that. You supposed to be submitted under the spirit of the Holy Ghost. Why you offended by me? Get back in your rightful place. Submit it to God. Give me the word that I came to receive so my life could start transforming.
All right.
I ain't trying to compete. I'm not trying to compete with ministry.
Right. I'm not in competition with no preacher.
Exactly. So these
I
are the
specifically wore a sweatsuit today because I'm a funeral director and a pastor. I wear suits 6-7 days a week.
Right.
I came in my sweatsuit and I told Brenda, I'm going to be in my sweatsuit today. She said, a sweatsuit? Yes, ma'am, a sweatsuit. And my voice is going to be heard just like somebody stamped there with a collar or a custom suit on or whatever.
Exactly. Because we have to, I mean, like you said, it's insanity thinking we're going to stand on the same word, but you have to be available for the people that God is sending you.
Oh, they're all not coming from the same place.
They are not coming from the same place. So if you think you're going to be doing the same thing the same way, it's not going to happen. Some of your ushers got to sit down.
I'm going to be quiet right here.
Some of your ushers need to sit down.
What you saying?
Gatekeepers that's keeping the people out the church.
Yeah, exactly.
Vamp your leadership. Pay attention.
Brenda, I said I'm going to be quiet right here because just because you go to church don't mean you're going to heaven.
Come on now.
Just because you go to church don't mean you got a relationship with God.
Just because you quote scripture don't mean you know God either.
Exactly.
That's right.
Demons know Jesus. They just don't tremble, and they tremble, but they just don't repent.
That's right. That's right.
Satan know Jesus. Satan know word. Y'all better quit flirting and playing with Satan. Satan know word too.
Yeah.
Word.
This is
He's an angel of darkness. Come on, y'all. He knows the Bible. That's why you can always listen. If you having issues and problems, let me help y'all real quick. And I ain't trying to preach. I'm going to preach tomorrow. Listen, you all. You have to know the difference between a test and a temptation.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ will never tempt you because a temptation drives you away from the word of God. A temptation is something evil, it's something wrong, it's something that's not in the Bible. Jesus is going to always test you within the parameters of his word. Every test that Jesus gives us is always found in his word. He will never test you outside of his word. So when you're going through, you got to know the pedigree of what you're going through. You ought to differentiate between a test and a temptation. You ought to know when God is speaking and when Satan is speaking.
Come on now. Come on now.
See, when you have a real authentic relationship with Jesus Christ, you can understand kingdom vernacular. We need to quit talking about church. How about being kingdom minded?
That's right. That's right. We got to start living on biblical principles.
And we got to start applying
the Fortune 500 companies use them. The 12-step program use them. Everybody prosper off of biblical principles, but Christians. I got a problem with that.
But we just happy. We just happy. Listen, I don't want no pie in the sky when I die. I want a pie on the ground while I'm still around.
That's right. Right now. Right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I want some pie right now.
See, y'all done shifted this thing to a whole and back to
we done went back to the basics.
That's what's gonna bring the shift. We gotta get back to the basics.
Yeah.
And the truth be honest, we are standing on biblical principles.
Yes, right now. Right now.
We obeying the law. We have a right to practice the Fifth Amendment. We have a right. We live in the USA.
Yes.
What is the land of the free and the home of the brave? We got a right.
Be free and brave at the same time.
We got a right to speak up. This is injustice.
Yes.
We got a right to speak up.
We do.
But you know, they're banking on the fact that a lot of people had no idea what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. What happened to the chief? What's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Huh? You know, I had somebody tell me that. She said, every time I come to y'all press conference, I find out more and more about what's really going on.
Right.
Because we don't pay attention to stuff like that. We know when the Jordans is coming out, because I got a whole closet of them. The new ones, the new dunks, all of that. But you had no idea nothing was going on with the police chief? I don't understand. It was on everything. Well, what happened?
Right.
What did he do? He didn't do nothing. You ain't heard that part. He ain't did nothing.
I even had some preachers reach out to me, and I refused to call back because your behind should be watching the news. You pastor in Oakland, why you don't know what's going on in your city?
Right.
Why
Right.
you don't know what's going on to the mayor? Why you don't know what's going on with a black man, a black Christian, born and raised in church, which got Dr. Ali Hartire was many of our mentors. He loved me.
Mm-hmm.
He was loved in the community. He even taught at a Bible college in Oakland. That was LaRon's pastor. He baptized him.
Yes.
He married.
Hightower.
Come on, Dr. Ali Hightower, Pleasant Grove Baptist Church. That's what church LaRon is out of.
Mm-hmm.
LaRon don't brag about how well of a Christian he is. Those of us who grew up in church know him from church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He display it through love in the way he show up in the community.
That got to be the heart of a Christian, how much he loves
the people that
people.
That people that can't identify a Christian don't understand.
Right.
If you don't know what a Christian look like, then you ain't gonna understand what's going on.
Well, you got perpetrators.
Yeah.
So I'm a born again believer, because sometimes I want to be, affiliated with Christians. Some of them be making me want to go
every once in a while,
all the way back.
Hey, sis, they be wanting to make you go gospel gangster, huh?
Look, lay hands aggressively in the spirit.
In the name of Jesus.
I got a dynamic duo right. This the trio right here, y'all. We got to do this again. So if you all are just tuning in, we've been talking for the last hour hour and 7-8 minutes concerning. Nina came on probably about 40 minutes ago. We're concerned about our city of Oakland. We're concerned about the homicides. How many shootings and killings have we had this week, Brenda?
Too many.
I'm at Highland Hospital right now with a young lady.
You still there?
My niece that just got shot, 7.5 months pregnant. So that's why I'm in my car, just leaving the hospital with the family. So yeah, we got a lot going on. That's why I say we have to stand on the word of God for this stuff to change.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all this is going on. It's not like our city is improving while we're without a chief police.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't
down officers. While you talking about putting police on patrol, are they gonna be in East Oakland? Are they gonna be in Ghost Town? Are they gonna be in Campbell Village?
No.
I'd
we
be
definitely need them
damn if you gonna put them up in Piedmont. Ain't no crime in Piedmont.
Right.
They breaking in somebody's cars? No. You ain't gonna put them in Fruitvale? Oh, hell to the no. No, put them on 85th where all the homelessness is.
Right.
Where the
Campbell Street in West Oakland.
and Campbell Village. Put them in there. Put them in the village where they're robbing the mailman. We didn't get no mail for over a month at my job because they were robbing the mailman or the mailwoman coming to deliver mail. Come on, let's deal with stuff like that the community don't know about.
Ours quit because they haven't had enough of it. They quit.
My point exactly. Is more crime in Oakland than just homicides, shootings, killings, home invasions, car break-ins. It's more to it than just those things in Oakland. So we love our city.
Yes.
We love our city. Whether we live in Oakland or not, we from Oakland. We ain't forgot about Oakland
at all.
And there's a difference. When you leave your community and you forget about the community that helped raise you, where you got your education, where you went to elementary, middle school, and high school, where you probably went to Merritt College or Laney College, you have forgotten about the place that helped raise you, the place that helped you. Right. You got to get back to the community. I graduated from Morris Brown College. I have a BS in religion. I graduated from Morris Brown College, and my HBC, Brenda and Nina taught me that when you leave this institution, you go back with your educated self and you work in your community and you try to pull people up and encourage people to live better, encourage people to do better, encourage people to go to school, encourage people to get an education, work in the same place where you live, work, and worship. That's what my HBCU taught me.
And that's fine because we owe what we know.
That's right.
Exactly.
You don't learn it and then take it someplace else. You bring it back to where you came from.
Right.
Exactly.
We empower the people to prosper.
So we call. Let me call some pastors out.
Don't do it.
Y'all can't. I will. Oakland pastors, where are y'all at?
We have a press conference just for the pastors.
Oakland pastors, I'm about to start calling on y'all. I don't care what denomination you are. I'm about to start calling on Black pastors because people think Black people don't know how to work together and we all against each other. Let me say this. If there are some preachers that you don't get along with, you don't like, can we come put our differences aside, come together for a safer Oakland where our churches are?
I'm a certified mediator. Let me mediate those conflicts so we could get back.
I don't care about that. Can we show a big front to let people know that we can work together, we can stand together? It don't have to be somebody in charge. It don't have to be somebody. I don't care if you got 15, 20 people in your church. Ain't nobody got no mega churches no more.
Right.
People don't go to church in Oakland no more.
Don't.
If we're getting 35 to 50 people at church on Sundays, you got to make a crowd.
Right.
You got to make a church.
Right.
It ain't no 500 and 600, 1,000 people in somebody's church no more in Oakland. Really? All of us got the same amount of members now.
Right.
So it ain't no big eyes and no little U's. Pastors, I'm calling y'all out. I'm not gonna mention nobody's name, but I'm calling y'all out. Members, call your pastor out. Pull your pastor aside. Pastor, well, you know they out there fighting. Pastor, I want to see you on the camera. We would love to see our pastor talking. We would love to see our pastor just standing with preachers.
They ain't got to say nothing. Just stand there. Let us know that you care.
Because I'm tired of y'all calling me, asking me what's going on. Because I'm not going to tell you. You should know what's going on in your city. That's not my responsibility to tell you. You're a grown man. That's not my responsibility to tell you everything that's going on. And follow my page. You want to know what's going on? Follow Nina's page. You want to know what's going on? Follow Brenda's page. You want to know what's going on? Follow people that you see out in front. Follow the people that you see behind. Follow the people that's on social media. We need all of us to work together. Pastors, I'm not trying to put y'all on the spot, but somebody called me out. Marty, we need you down there. Okay. You know who called me out? That lady that's sitting right there next to me. Hey, I need you. I'm like, okay. I need you to fight. You got a big mouth.
Right.
You ain't scared to say nothing.
Right.
You're not intimidated by nobody. We need some people like you to stand up and speak for the injustice that's going on in the city of Oakland. We need leaders. We need y'all to join the NAACP. We need y'all to join the Christopher Lavelle Jones Foundation. We need y'all to join Their Lives Matter Too. We need y'all to join these different organizations to help us fight the cause that's going on in our city.
Yes.
I've talked enough. I think Brenda and Nina have talked enough. How about y'all watch this from the get-go and watch us again in the incoming weeks?
All right.
Brenda, tell people where they can support the Christopher Lavelle Jones Foundation. Give them the website, give them the cash app, give them whatever so they can support it while we work this call. And then Nina, you next.
www.cljfoundation.com. Our cash app is Chris Jones Mom.
Nina Carter, East Oakland Violence Interrupter. You can support me on my page at Nina Carter, Facebook. And you can support the event that I post to prevent violence in our community by being a presence. So anything that I'm putting on as events, I need the support of the community. The more we have a presence in our community, the less crime we have. We have to reintroduce ourselves to our new neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, if we can come on again next week, y'all, we need to answer this question. Why aren't the leaders holding news conferences outlining what has been accomplished under Chief Armstrong's leadership? The feds didn't say they would leave if the chief remained in charge. That's the narrative Shane Tao is pushing at her news conferences. I think we ought to deal with that on next.
Yeah.
I think I'll talk to y'all this week, y'all. I think we ought to deal with that on next week, y'all.
We ought to deal with that because we done ran a resume a couple times of what he done did, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna bring. So if we can come back again next week, all three of us, let's point out all the stuff that he's done as chief of police.
Yes.
Let's talk about ceasefire, that he and Ursi Joyner were the ministers over. I mean, the officers over. I'm making them preachers. That they were the officers over.
Ursi would turn over if he heard you call his to say that.
I'm gonna call Ursi and tell, hey Ursi, I messed your name up. We're gonna deal with that next week, and we're gonna have some more information for you. Stay tuned. This ain't the LaRon Armstrong show. This is Real Talk, where we deal with real life issues.
Real life.
For my sisters, my friends, my sisters in Christ, my sisters in life, my sisters for life. The Christopher Lavelle Jones Foundation, Brenda Grisham, and the support Nina Carter's foundation. What's your foundation name again, Nina? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Bonafide Sisterhood.
Bonafide Sisterhood. Do you all accept brotherhood in there too?
Yeah, we're doing our first Father's Day annual event June 10th, where we introduce the brothers for Father's Day. We're going to honor some men in Oakland.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yes, most definitely we need brothers.
Okay.
Look, a man out of place make a woman misplaced and the kids displaced. So we need our men in their rightful position.
Exactly.
So starting June 10th, we're going to honor the men to let them know how much we value them. Every woman is not out here trying to live her best life without a man. So we need our men to stand up and have our back. Yeah, we are helpers to the vision. Let's make that clear.
She is biblical, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
She is
it like it is.
Yeah. Hey, it's one thing. I'm gonna say this, y'all, and we leave it. It's one thing about the three of us. We gonna say we feel, whether it makes you comfortable or uncomfortable. We from Oakland, and we just keep it real.
That's it.
Hey, y'all have a blessed night. Go to somebody's church on tomorrow.
Yes.
If God wake you up, you owe him some praise and worship, whether you stay home or whether you go inside the building. Peace out, y'all. Be safe out there.